Yeah, and it's not Diddy. Not Diddy. No, we're past that. I think you know what, I'm going to start off by saying this. It appears that we're in some sort of conflict with Iran, so I wish all of our servicemen and servicewomen out there well. Let's just get that out the way. We don't want any lives to be lost, and we'll see what happens as this goes forward. But welcome to the Amazing Grace Sports Network, everybody. You are here. It's 9 o'clock. It's Saturday. If it's 9 o'clock on the Eastern Seaboard, where there's New Jersey, and Boston, and New York, and Charlotte, and Savannah, Connecticut, then you are
Hampshire, all the way up and down.
All the way up and down to Florida. Naples, Florida. If you're in Naples, Florida, and it's 9 o'clock, then this is the Amazing Grace Sports Network on WEZE AM 590. The Word. How did I do, Kev?
You did well. We're not live on the stream, though. I think I'm going to go to Restream and hold a boycott outside there.
Wait, no. We have to be.
Not compatible with YouTube, so we'll just focus on the radio today.
There it is.
There's no way.
Well, Restream finds a way.
No,
I told you my problems with the company.
Well, from lemons we make lemonade.
Exactly right.
Adapt and overcome.
Anyway, good morning, everybody.
Morning.
Welcome into another edition of the Amazing Grace Sports Network right here on WEZE Radio AM 590 here on this Saturday morning, 9 a.m. on the East Coast. It's the final day here of February.
That it is.
2026.
February 28th.
Tomorrow will be March. And looking at the forecast, well, we expect to see some.
You'll be a whole year older soon. Huh?
That's exactly right. Someone's got a birthday coming up soon, right?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I got a birthday coming up. Another one. Well, thank God for that. Thank you, God. Thank you. Because I didn't see this when I was in my teenager, and I didn't see this when I was in my 20s. So thank you for allowing me to be here after this period of time in my life.
How'd you guys do with the snow this past week?
I built up muscles.
Still digging out?
Yeah, you see, look at that. I got Popeye muscles now. lifting up snow like
it's snow. We're used to it.
My gosh, it was crazy.
It's what we do up here.
Exactly right. Well, for the folks down on the Cape of the Islands in the South Coast region too, still digging out.
Still digging out.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah, the
power outage.
The loss of power was
the
the biggest issue down there. So,
right.
Anyway, a lot going on here this morning.
Indeed.
Let's get to it.
A lot to get to here. So, why don't we start with prayer as we always do?
All right. Prayer. Let's see. Let me see if I can find that prayer thing. Yes. You know what? Show the book until I get this thing up here.
There we go. Dr. Tony Evans.
There we go.
Prayers for victory in spiritual warfare.
All right. And we're ready. I have it. There it is. Prayers for victory in spiritual warfare. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are working our way through a great book authored by Dr. Tony Evans, a book called Prayers for Victory in Spiritual Warfare, which we are all in daily without even knowing it. We are in chapter 8, using our spiritual gifts. In section 4, taking up the shield of faith. Father God, you have promised that whatever one asks in prayer, they will receive. If they have faith, when I take up the shield of faith, I ask you to maximize my spiritual gifts for your kingdom. I ask you to place a hedge of protection around me to ward off Satan's attempts to get me off course from doing and being all that you have created me to do and be. I ask you to reveal to me any spiritual gifts that I have not realized, and also to sharpen and refine my spiritual gifts for the greatest use. I pray to you, Father, asking you to work these things in me, invoking the name of your Son and my Lord Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen.
So, because we all have different spiritual gifts, guys, and no matter where you are in life, you are right where you need to be in order to get started, going where you need to go.
Amen.
Amen.
And let's pray for the folks at Restream too, that they figure out what they're doing.
That's now you're pushing it. I checked it, and you know what? I'm just gonna have to recheck it again just to make sure. And
yeah, they always get you.
These things happen. These things happen. Okay, so we're on from there to joke of the day.
Joke of the day.
So I did it 2 weeks in a row, so I'm taking the week off here.
All right.
So
You take
You
the week.
deserve it.
You deserve it, buddy. You've got it.
I heard you guys practicing.
No way.
beforehand, So
We're not practicing. We
practice.
This is au naturel. Jonah and the whale. There it is. Today's joke is called Jonah and the whale. One day, Mrs. Smith, who was an atheist, was talking to her first grade class about whales. Little Bobby Jones raised his hand to ask a question.
Yes, Bobby. What would you like to know about whales?
Miss Smith, do whales swallow people?
No, Bobby. Whales do not swallow people. Even though they are much bigger than any human being, their throats are not designed to allow that. They could not swallow a human being even if they wanted to. In fact, the largest whales eat very small fish called krill and plankton.
But Miss Smith, Miss Thurston in my Sunday school says the guy in the Bible named Jonah, who was thrown out of a ship because he wouldn't listen to God, but he was saved from drowning by being swallowed by a whale. She said Jonah not only lived, he built a fire, cooked food, and walked around in the whale talking to God for 3 days. Then after apologizing to God, the whale spit him out on dry land so he could do what he needed to do for God. What do you think about that, Miss Smith?
Well, Bobby, here's what I think. A story such as this just goes to show you cannot believe in old mythological tales from the Bible that are not rooted in modern science. Whales cannot possibly swallow people.
Oh, well, Miss Smith, I guess when I get to heaven, I'll have to just ask Jonah if he was really swallowed by a whale.
Now, Bobby, what if Jonah did not go to heaven? What if he went to the other place?
Well, in that case, Mrs. Smith, you can ask him.
Did we get that? There we go.
Little late.
Nice job on the voices.
There it is.
Craig had a nice southern accent there, and Clay with the classic high-pitched voice there.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Well done.
Well,
Done.
Took inspiration from, the peanuts right there.
Exactly
Wah,
right.
wah, 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 wah.
Oh,
well, I mean, hey, he was in the whale for 3 days. I mean, then they got spit on dry land. I mean, these things can happen.
Well,
Yeah.
that'll teach you.
indeed. All righty, why don't we head to our Today in History, huh? Does that sound good?
Sounds good.
All right, here we go. A couple of questions starting off here on this February the 28th edition of the Amazing Grace Sports Network.
Today in history.
On February the 28th, Clay, what year is this? I don't have a year on this question.
1940.
1940. All right,
Yes, sir.
there we go. 1940, the first televised basketball game ever occurred when the University of Pittsburgh, the Pittsburgh Panthers, of course, took on the Fordham Rams at the famed Madison Square Garden, of course, in New York City. The game, broadcasted by what was then called WNBC, was part of a doubleheader. The second game showcased number one New York City University.
A
Got a-
regular powerhouse right there.
Photo there. Oh, my God.
That's right there in Madison Square Garden.
Okay. Very interesting.
For all those folks that don't know what we're looking at.
Yes,
We're looking at a picture.
The second game, number one New York City University against Georgetown. The Pitt Panthers beat Fordham 50-37. Low scoring game there on that day, but ended the season with a losing record. The question in that year, 1940, who won the NCAA basketball championship?
There it is.
It's a team you'd probably expect.
Yeah. A team that does pretty well all the time. But guys, if you look at that picture, look at the Converse, the Converse sneakers.
Yeah, you don't see that
Chucks.
anymore.
The Chuck Taylors.
Yeah, that's right. Classic.
Yeah.
What's that? Black on black?
Black on
I
black.
don't even think they make that anymore.
No, they
They
don't.
might. Anyway, they've been bought by Nike, so they might just do it.
Exactly
On February 28th, 1959, the Chicago Cardinals traded running back Ollie Madsen to the LA Rams for an unprecedented 9 players. That is still an NFL record when it comes to one player being traded for multiple players. Madsen is also known for being a participant in the 1952 Olympics. Our question is, name one of the events Ollie Madsen medaled in.
He medaled in 2 events.
Yeah. That was back when they were all around athletes. You know?
Yeah.
They did it all.
Helsinki. Went to Helsinki in 1952 and medaled.
And there's a photo of him there. A 9-player trade for one.
It's a
guy.
record.
One player. Yeah.
Still a record.
Everyone thought that what was it? Herschel Walker
Mm.
was that a 4 or 5 player.
Yeah.
And then I think there was another running back. They got 4 draft picks for him. But no, Ollie Matson leads the class 1959.
There it is.
There it
Year
is.
You were born.
That was back when
I'm not going where I was born. When you- Anyway.
back when salary cap wasn't a really big issue.
Is that what you? Is that what it sounds about?
I will say this on February 28th, 1960, the Olympic gold medal. 1960, the United States team won its first Olympic ice hockey gold medal at Squaw Valley with a 9-4 win over Czechoslovakia. With the win last week, the USA won its 3rd Olympic gold medal. But my question is, how many silver medals has the United States won? Okay, we've won 3 gold medals, but how many silver medals has the United States won in their history of Olympic ice hockey? And there goes the 1960 team right there, Squaw Valley. None of which I can name. I'm sorry, guys. I should be more up on it, but I'm not. There we go.
Of course, they would make history 20 years later,
Indeed.
1980.
And then 26 years
and
later.
26 years after that. We'll talk about that at length today.
What
here
is it, 26?
on the
or
show.
is it
46.
46 years.
46.
Gosh, that dates us.
Yeah, 46.
That really dates us.
Doesn't date me. I wasn't around.
Oh,
then,
stop
so.
it.
I just remember watching from the movie.
You got a
And by the way, Miracle's a great movie.
you got a 46-year-old kid.
Did we have to go through all this?
Craig is
all
just
day?
exposing
I mean,
Clay here
just
this morning.
Just throwing it out there.
Just exposing him.
If one of you kids are listening, maybe you call in and verify this. And if you're not listening, well, Craig is wrong.
Oh my God.
Just the facts, sir. Just the facts.
He's wrong, obviously. All right, so we'll go from there. Why don't we go into the ice hockey?
Oh, do you want to say hello to our sponsors first before we do that, or we?
Oh
get
yeah.
into it?
All right. We got time for that.
We gotta give our
Gotta say
sponsors
hi.
some due here, and I want to say hello to them again. This is the Amazing Great Sports Network. Kevin Crism, Clay Morris, Craig Morris with you here on this Saturday morning. The sun is shining,
Okay.
thankfully.
The snow is
The
melting.
snow is melting,
The birds are tweeting.
and the United States gold medal winners once again. We'll get into that here as the show continues on right here on WEZE.
The word. Hey, are you feeling a little achy or sore from the cold weather? Then take a visit to Dylan's Russian Steam Bath. At Dylan's Dry Sauna or Wet Steam Room, you can de-escalate, de-stress, and detox your body and mind. A hot place of massage or a variety of oil massages are available. You will enjoy the relaxed atmosphere that features a nutritious snack bar, large screen television, and comfortable lounge chairs to cool off in during your visit. They have 2 convenient locations, one in Chelsea and the other in Quincy. Find them online at Dylan's Russian Steam Bath or call 617-549-3484 for more information. To enjoy your best health, visit Dylan's Russian Steam Bath, where heat, steam, and water have a therapeutic effect.
Well, my friends, I want to talk to you about computers. Is your computer screen cracked or have a black screen? Is it slow to charge or does it exhibit abnormal battery drainage? Does your PC run slow or have keyboard issues? Well, then PhilComp Computer Center, located at 1690 Dorchester Avenue, is your remedy for all your computer medical problems. PhilComp Computer Center has been in the computer repair, upgrade, malware removal, and data recovery business for over 20 years. Whether your computer is a Mac or IBM based, give them a call. Their number, 617-265-1910. That is 617-265-1910. To solve all your computer problems, our good friends at the PhilComp Computer Center.
Do you want to live a happier, healthier lifestyle? Do you want to get rid of back, hip, and neck pains? Then look no further than Karma Don Yoga. Karma is an accomplished and experienced yoga instructor who specializes in total body restorative yoga. So whether you are young or old, short or tall, in shape or out of shape, Karma is your best choice. Check out her classes and times at kamadanyoga.com. That's kamadanyoga.com. Your body and mind deserve good karma. That's right. Body and mind deserve good karma. And it deserves a nice heart. Yeah.
You deserve a call to let us know that you actually do
Karma?
yoga.
Karma's AI. She's AI. She's AI
I'm
generated.
starting to believe it.
You know? I mean, it is what it is. What can we do?
Skynet.
It is what it is.
Well, I was going to give out the phone number, 844-249-5247. And I know our main man, Wayne, was sitting by waiting. Wayne, are you feeling United States pride here this week?
Good morning, Wayne.
Good morning, Wayne.
Gentlemen, thank you again for walking me up the ledge last week with the Celtics.
That's
I
right.
appreciate that.
No problem, Wayne. That's what we're here for.
We're here for you, Wayne.
Hey, but I do have a question. Have you guys ever been on a flight where the captain of the plane comes on and said there's going to be a little turbulence up ahead and we should get through this and with no problem, just stay seated with your belts on?
Yes.
I don't think I haven't been on a flight where he hasn't said that.
Exactly.
He or she, I should say.
I think that's part of the script.
So are my Celtics going through a little bit of a turbulence right now between what's going on with Tatum, Jaylen Brown?
What?
Is it? Well, I say that to say this. I mean, right now we're playing exceptionally well with Brown leading the team. Do we have to wait for Tatum to come back and see what he's got, what he can do for him? Is he going to disrupt the flow of the team? What do you think?
Wayne, don't listen to those talking heads out there, man. They're just, they're trying to make news. They're trying to get clicks, and they're saying stuff like that. Tatum has always been an adaptive player. You can see when he's on the team, he'll come in, he'll mesh, he'll do what he has to do. It's the same thing he's been doing his whole career. When we need rebounding, Tatum goes and rebounds. When we need somebody to distribute the ball, bring the ball up, he does that. He's a pretty much jack of all trades, and he can do it, and he can score. I think all we need to do is put him on a little minute restriction, maybe 5 minutes a quarter and everything, get him out there. Because basically what we need to do is get him back in this cardio. It's going to be cardio for the foreseeable future just to get him used to the pace of the game.
And I understand what you're saying, Wayne, about how it could affect, where this team is. But we got to understand, too, this is not a bad situation for the Celtics to be in. Actually, this is probably the best case scenario. I mean, at this point, when we were talking about it in the offseason, nobody ever thought that, A, the Celtics would be in this position right now, second Eastern Conference, and B, that Jason Tatum would be ready to come back here in early March here.
Exactly.
So, will there be some bumps? Perhaps. Every team will make adjustments, but it's not like we're bringing back this toxic player or this selfish player. This is a guy that we know what we know what we're dealing with here, and I say bring it on.
Yeah, it's not like bringing LeBron James back where he's going to disrupt the whole flow of your team and screw everything up and blame everybody else. And it's not like we're doing that. We're bringing back Jason Tatum, and the very same people who were wagging their tongues about Jason Tatum said the Fakers were going to be in first place and leading it out by the pack, being the alpha wolves. Those are those guys, so we don't have to listen to them. Wayne, you're in good hands. You're in good hands with Tatum.
Oh, okay. I want to do a follow-up. Now, did Jaylen Brown put himself in a good light to be traded down the road? Can these two mesh for the next?
Come on, Wayne. You got to
Wayne. Wayne with the glass half empty.
Come on, my man.
Come on.
Yeah.
Okay.
You gotta live in the moment.
I mean, enjoy it, man. Okay. Lift the champagne glass and drink.
Okay, I'm loving it. Can I answer the 1940 question?
Yes. What we got?
And we're talking about Indiana Hoosiers?
Yes,
the Indiana Hoosiers. Who won?
I was going to
NCAA.
I was going to give a hint that this team had a really good year in college football, but I would have just given it away.
Mendoza's winning. They won back in the 1940s, and your solid play was called the Tornado because of their pace.
See?
Let me tell you something. The things are coming up roses for Indiana State. Unbelievable.
And not to mention that too, Indiana could very well be getting the Bears as well.
Yeah,
Because
I heard that.
the city
That's
of
right.
Chicago
Has
is
had
and the
enough.
state of Illinois is fumbling that deal to keep the
Of
Bears
course.
in
In
the city
Chicago.
of Chicago,
Of course.
which could very well end up in Indiana.
You know what? More
Is it-
power to the Bears.
it-
Get out of there. Go to a real state where they appreciate you
And I
and
think
your
the town is
franchise.
called Chicago, Indiana, right?
Something like that. Yeah.
Get out of here.
Well-
the town that's trying to really get them to come there is called Chicago, Indiana.
I tell you, ladies and gentlemen, does it
Indiana
get
have
any
2
better
football
than this?
teams.
Does it get any better than this? It doesn't get any better than this. It really doesn't.
See, this is the reason why you guys need to be on 7 days a week. I'll stop listening to those other people polluting my mind with all this
See?
stuff, and
brainwashing you.
you know
Wayne.
that noise.
Don't listen to Felger. You know, he's a Milwaukee guy.
Yeah.
I mean,
Exactly.
you know,
Pessimist.
no, they have to talk about. They have to be negative. They have to be negative.
You're-
But Wayne, but
Okay,
seriously, Wayne, listen. Whether or not Jason Tatum comes back tomorrow against the Philadelphia 76ers, which haven't received really any confirmation
word,
if that's
yeah,
going to happen,
exactly.
but whether it's next week, whether it's a month from now to begin the playoffs, I think the Celtics team has a ways to go here, but it's a good path going forward, and I think Jason Tatum will ultimately help this team more than he would ever
Yeah,
hurt this team.
definitely,
Exactly.
definitely. And if they get
I
that
mean-
type
I
of
mean,
help,
he
they're on
might-
the way.
He's got to be excited to mess with these guys. I mean, Hugo is balling out. Gaza's balling out. Vucevic. I mean, it's a really, really beautiful team, and I think he should be a part of this in the championship run.
Look, Wayne, he is. He's there at every game. He's obviously
Right,
melding with
right.
them, and he rides, and he travels with the team. So I think he
Right.
is still part of the team and the dynamic, and that's a good thing.
Yeah,
He's-
I can't wait
a
till he
lot
comes
of
back.
players when they have this injury, you don't see him even on the bench traveling with the team. So I think he's keeping the camaraderie up. And like I said, I don't think you have to worry. The guy is a professional.
It's a
And
good one
Okay,
too.
He
well,
should be fine.
I'm off the ledge again, guys.
There it
Thank
is.
you very much.
We're here for you, Wayne.
You just call us anytime you're teetering along the edge. You just call us.
We'll hold
we'll
you.
hold
Reel
you
you
back.
back in.
Yeah.
We'll hold your
I-
hand and
I
we'll
have-
hand you a box of
I have-
Kleenex.
I have Clay on speed dial, so don't worry.
There
Thank
it
you.
is. Thanks for calling,
Thank
Wayne.
you, guys.
Thanks, Wayne.
Thanks, Wayne. Unbelievable.
Doom and gloom. We don't want it.
No.
We don't want it. Other things maybe, but we will talk about the Celtics. But why don't we talk about the Olympics and a congratulations in order to Team
Yes.
USA winning
Yes.
the Olympic gold in a huge win over Canada last Sunday morning, ending Team USA's 46-year gold medal drought. Of course, the great Jack Hughes scoring the game-winning goal here
Game-winning goal in
and,
dramatic fashion.
in dramatic fashion as
Unbelievable.
well.
Right.
That guy's got flair.
Yeah.
It was a new format too. What, 3-on-3 overtime?
Correct. Yeah.
And the 3-on-3 that they had, Canada, was it McKinnon, McDavid, and
Yeah.
Merrick?
Yeah. It was real
Tho-
David and Goliath.
Yeah, those
thing.
guys are the cream of the crop as far as
Well, it was
hockey goes.
McDavid, Kalmakar, and McKinnon. They also
McKinnon.
Macklin Celebrini from the San Jose Sharks. I'm
Yeah.
sitting there watching this. Said, "Oh gosh,
Yeah,
that is one
there's no
line I
way.
would not want to face." But one guy, without him, Connor Hellebuck.
Connor Hellebuck.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
look at
right.
him right
What was
now,
that,
I mean-
41 saves.
Without him,
Oh my
Amazing.
God.
without
Gosh.
him, you
Yeah.
wouldn't be in this situation.
He
And how about-
stopped everything.
And how about this save here against? I mean, look at this. I mean, this is you got a
Full
wide open
extension.
left side of the net here from Devin
Uh-huh.
Tays there. And
Yeah,
now I don't want to hit Jeremy Swayman, but
he's no Connor Hellebuck.
he's no Hellebuck in this case. He's no,
No.
Hellebuck in this case. But gentlemen, just your thoughts. We're feeling great American pride here. We got a big American flag behind us as always, and it was great to just sitting there on Sunday morning. Just so great to watch and seeing all the videos too of folks
Yep.
at 8 a.m, being at restaurants, being at bars, watching the game.
Everyone up.
Just a celebration as well, and really was just an incredible feeling to not just be a hockey fan, but to be just a proud American
Yeah.
as well.
Events like that, that really brings it out of you.
Exactly
Yeah.
You know,
right.
and if it doesn't, there's something wrong with you. But
I still feel the chills.
Yeah.
I still feel the chills
It was a
thinking
good
about it when they won the game. It was, it almost turned into a 2-on-0. I mean, because what he had McDavid went down there, and
Mhm.
then you had McKinnon.
Yeah.
He was there, and they tried to tap it. But the Americans got it up there, and it came down to Hughes making that great play. But
Great
it was
play.
but it was just by the skin of the teeth that it happened. And that guy Jack Hughes, he took a a stick to the face, broke his teeth,
Yeah.
and still played on. I mean, yes. Go America.
Toughness.
Go America.
Didn't see Sidney Crosby out there.
No.
You know?
No, he's not going out there. He's got a little cramp in the left cheek of his buttock. You know, he can't go out there. Lower body injury. They call that a lower body injury in Canada. So,
And here they are. They were introduced in Washington the other night at the State of the Union. The president brought
Indeed
these
they
guys
were.
out. It's funny watching these guys come out there. You know, the bender they've probably been on the past couple of days, just celebrating, then coming out to that. I'm
Good for
sure
them.
it must have been an incredible moment. And then too, just want to show this photo as well.
There
How about
it is,
this here? I mean,
with
the late
Gaudreau.
great
Drew.
Johnny Gaudreau.
yeah, out
Yeah.
of BC, right?
BC grad,
BC
and
Right, yep.
had a great career in the
Brought his
NHL.
kids out on the ice.
His
so
kids
they
are
could
out there too,
celebrate.
and
Oh my gosh.
the coverage kept showing his parents as well, and it means so much as well.
It does.
I think that
It
sums
was a
up
heartfelt
who
moment.
this team was, and knowing that Johnny Gaudreau, who would have been out there.
Was skating with him.
Exactly right. And so, what a great team. And then, of course, too, we talked about this last week on the show. You know, well, what's better, winning a Stanley Cup or
I was the guy who said
winning
winning the
gold?
Stanley Cup
Yeah.
was better.
Yeah. Well,
But
I got to tell you,
I've changed my mind.
I think I've changed my mind too, but I think this photo here sums it up too. This is a photo of Tage Thompson and Jack Hughes. They win the gold medal on Sunday in Milan, come back
They're
on
right back to
Wednesday.
facing
NHL's
each
back
other.
on Wednesday, that next
Exactly.
Wednesday. And one of the first games back was the Buffalo Sabres and the New Jersey Devils. Of course, Tage Thompson plays for the Buffalo Sabres, who the Sabres actually are having a good year in the Eastern Conference. And the Devils, of course, with Jack Hughes. And, a home game for the Devils in Newark at the Prudential Center. Of course, every team honored, the players that were on the American team, and Jack Hughes, of course, there. But one of the things Jack Hughes did immediately during that was to bring over Tage Thompson, his teammate, and bring him over to acknowledge him as well, because it just goes to show that, for the past month, these guys have been, playing with one another, representing their country. Then most of the times they're on opposite sides on different NHL
they
teams.
never get to speak.
But that sums it up right
Yeah.
there, what it means to represent your country and play with your fellow
The
countrymen.
camaraderie carries over. So.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
Of course, we also saw, too, the Bruins are back on Thursday with a win over the Columbus Blue Jackets at the Garden.
Yeah.
Jeremy Swayman didn't play, but we saw that. They honor both Charlie McAvoy
Yes.
and Jeremy Swayman, who are gold medal champions
winners.
as
That's
well.
Right.
And just an incredible feeling.
I hate to break that feeling up there,
for
but
America.
you actually think that the Bruins are going to go on to do something this year?
Well, I'd like to know your definition of the term "do something." They are still sitting at the second wild card right now, behind the aforementioned Buffalo Sabres. They had a nice 4-2 win over the Blue Jackets, who, by the way, Columbus, before the Olympic break, was playing very well. And they were at one point.
But I'm going to tell you what I mean by doing something. Make the
Four back of the
playoffs.
Bruins.
I will say they won't make the playoffs.
Well, I don't like to be a downer on that, Clay. Come on, I mean,
Problem with the Bruins is they're good at home, horrible on the road. If you can get a little consistency somewhere in there, they can do something.
Guys,
It's all right.
hope springs eternal. I see that Olympic flame when you
It's
guys
all
talk
right.
about the Bruins.
That's
It's
right.
just springing out there. The flame is going.
You
I
gotta
don't
give
even know why it is,
you
but
gotta
you
give 'em
guys
a
have that
chance.
hope that the Bruins one day,
one day.
you
got to keep.
well, it's going to be. Well, actually, the Bruins are. I think you had flipped around. The Bruins are 21-8 at home. It's the
21
road
at home.
record.
It's the road.
11,
Like I said,
11
Yeah,
12 before. Oh, did you? Okay.
I said
There we
they're
go.
good at home.
They're good at home.
Horrible on the road.
I was-
You can get a little consistency
I was thinking-
on the road.
I was thinking of the Celtics. The Celtics actually play better on the road than they
Than
do.
they do at
than
home.
they do at home. So Bruins right now is sitting at the second in the wild card right now, 2 points behind the Montreal Canadiens, 71 points. The Canadiens at 73, but the Washington Capitals on their heels at 69
That's right.
points, 2 point behind them, and we mentioned the Blue Jackets at 65. And so a long way to go here.
No,
And,
it's not that long. They don't have that much longer to go.
Well, they got about a month and a half to go. That's a long time to
That's,
go.
long time in
that's
hockey.
it's
It's-
plenty of
it's-
time for them to,
It's a plenty of time.
for them to stumble.
And that's still a long time. A
Still
long time in a crowded Eastern Conference right
I
now.
make the prediction they will
NHL.
not make the playoffs.
Well, I hope you're wrong, Clay. I really do. I
Exactly.
really do. Because I actually, as much as I have been, critical of the Bruins with Bruce Cassidy, what's his name? Sweeney, Don Sweeney. I tried to get that name out of my head. Don Sweeney and Cam Neely. We've been so critical of them.
It's not going to matter.
This year,
ownership.
this year, at least right now, at least we're sitting here February 28th. So far, So far, it's been a pleasant surprise. So
Yep.
far.
The Red Sox will win the World Series before the Bruins win a Stanley Cup.
Yeah.
I said it.
Are we talking about in the next 20
Yeah,
years
exactly.
or so? Or
Yeah, what are we doing?
I don't think anything in recent time. I don't think the Red Sox
gotta
or the
put a
Bruins will
limit
win
on it.
anything.
I think the Red Sox are going to win in the next 5 years, but that's a whole nother topic. But it definitely, the
much-
Red Sox, I trust Red Sox ownership far more, leaps and bounds above how much I trust Bruins ownership to do anything. And it's been proven,
Craig.
over the last, 40 years.
Craig, check your brother's phone. See if he has any missed calls from John Henry. And
Yeah.
that sounds a little. That sounds a little too
Sounds-
suspicious.
Yeah, sounds like you're getting paid for that, buddy.
Sounds a little too suspicious. All jokes aside, gentlemen, any more thoughts on the win? Because I mean, I said I wasn't around in 1980, but
Yeah, you missed it.
I missed that one.
Wow.
I missed
Let me
that
tell
one.
you all about it.
I know from the movie.
Wow.
No, really,
Um,
just a great feeling.
Actually, I'm going to tell you, it's much more the same feeling.
Yeah.
And even because 1960 was only, 20 years, but it's been 46 years since 1980.
Correct.
It's even more so now that I felt it because, especially going against Canada. Usually we're going against a team over in Europe or whatever the case, but going against Canada,
Yeah.
I really felt it.
Yeah, exactly right. Kelly, what do you think?
Yeah,
Good morning.
Good morning, Kelly.
from
Kelly.
Washington. Hey, what's going on? USA.
USA, USA.
Hey. I say it is proud to be an American.
Yes,
So
indeed.
proud to be an American.
Yeah. The thing I like about hockey, it brings out so much emotion in me, you know, because I think it's fair to say we live in a hockey town, right?
And we
When
do.
the Bruins are doing good, you know,
Yes, they are. Thank
They
you.
are
Thank you,
doing
Kelly.
I can't believe you guys.
We're trying to tell this guy.
everyone feels good. You like the Red Sox, you know. I mean, I don't know what's this right there. Are we a baseball or a hockey town?
Or basketball.
I think we're a
I mean, but
multi-sport
but
town.
even when the Celtics is doing good, you don't just get that kind of vibe like from the success as if the Bruins or the Red Sox are playing better. You know?
No.
I think our teams are interchangeable.
Yeah,
Anytime they're
think,
doing good.
but I understand what
that
you're saying
feeling.
about a hockey time, Tom, because they've won a whole lot less than either the Red Sox or the Patriots
Exactly.
or the
Or the
Celtics.
Celtics.
Yeah.
At least in recent years.
Yeah.
Trust me, that when they won the Stanley Cup, you could see it in how they react on the parade.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. There's no doubt
Yeah.
about it. Do you get the same emotion when the U.S. wins a gold medal for basketball as opposed to hockey? For me, it's just like, yeah, you're happy that your country wins, but the United States has been so dominant in Olympic basketball for the past,
Yeah, it's not
many
the same
decades.
feeling.
I don't think it's the same
It's
feeling.
not the
talking
same.
about anytime it's the USA winning anything, I get
Yeah.
the feeling. That's all I want to see.
Kelly, you feel the same way?
That's all I want to see. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, like it's because we dominated.
That's right.
It's expected.
It's expected.
You know,
Yeah. And when it
Yeah.
happens, everything is right
It's
with the world.
That's right. When that happens, everything's right in the world.
Exactly right.
Exactly. You know, but I want to thank you guys. Just like Wayne, you talked me off a ledge last week. I wasn't feeling good, but I feel a lot better. You know, this weekend. I heard they flexed that game to a prime time start.
They did.
They did.
They did. 8 o'clock tomorrow night, Sunday, tip off of the
Yeah,
Garden.
Yep.
I
You're
think
kidding
it's
me.
gonna happen.
Woo!
Oh, yeah.
And I'm excited to watch it.
And Jason Tatum might be back.
Yeah, I think that's
why they did
That's
it.
probably why they did it.
Yeah. If
Yeah.
Jason Tatum comes back tomorrow, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
makes
I wish nothing but the
scary
best
team.
for this kid. This kid has really done so much for the city, and done so much for the image of the NBA. He's done a lot for the image of the Celtics. Come back, kid, and just play 5 minutes. You don't got to play that much, but just get out there and just limp up and down the court a couple of times, and everyone will applaud you, and you can just take it easy for the rest of the year.
I'm proud of you for turning the corner because I could have swore a couple of weeks ago you were, down on our boy Jason Tatum.
Yeah,
I told you to give him
yeah,
a chance.
and I think we've had conversations too about should he or should he not come back. And I think
Exactly.
early on it was like he shouldn't come back at all. Shouldn't come back at all.
I had a different view last week. A week sets in, and then listening to you guys, I'm stepping down with Wayne. We're holding hands, stepping down.
It's amazing what happens when this team is playing well and is winning.
Exactly.
Because you look at a
And-
team
and
like
like-
the the Indiana Pacers, who are in a similar situation,
Similar
obviously not
situation.
record-wise when they have 15 wins this year.
Gosh.
They've got Halliburton, who they're not rushing back at all.
At all.
You know, they're I don't want to say they're tanking, but they're going to be picking pretty high in the draft coming up.
They got the scuba gear on.
Yeah.
Even though I
Yeah.
don't think they came out with that in mind. I think they came out
Yeah.
trying to compete, and they just realized that they don't have it.
No, they don't have a Jalen Brown. And
Yeah.
Kelly, you're right. This team has surprised everybody. Jalen Brown. It surprised me. I picked them not to make the playoffs this year.
I told you to give them a chance and watch out for
same
Joe.
here.
Yeah.
Same here.
Because
You know?
Joe Mazzulla is
Okay.
really coaching his butt off, man.
I think I said, given how weak the Eastern Conference is, I think I said about maybe 6th seed
Mm.
at most.
Yeah, weren't expecting second.
Yeah.
Not expecting second.
And we're still going to talk about the Celtics. So before we change out of this,
Yeah.
let me ask you something, Kelly. Your Lakers have lost 3 in a row. All right, I know you're here, and it was on my mind, so I might as well just get it out there. The Lakers have lost 3 in a row. They look like they're on a slide that's going to take them all the way back down to when they were nobodies back in the 1950s before they made that switch to go to LA from Minneapolis. They look like they're on the last legs with LeBron James constantly bricking and not clicking, and Luka still ball hogging and not sharing. What do you say about this team?
It's very disappointing. I mean, they gotta come to the realization that Luka, LeBron, it's not a good
gonna work.
marriage.
Nope.
It's not gonna work. They cut ties, dump that money.
Dump-
we know
You know what that
we
is,
know what
Kelly?
we're talking about.
That was
It's
the
more place.
Lakers front office believing that LeBron still had it in him.
How
to-
could they believe that?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, are these guys blind?
No, they're not blind.
Yeah, they got to be blind. He hasn't played defense in
They're not
5
blind,
years.
but if they're going with the consensus of everything that you see on national television and all those other networks, still saying LeBron's got it. LeBron's still a top 10 player,
No.
top 15 player.
What?
Yeah.
I mean, but
They say it day in, day out.
yeah, but these
when they
guys
talk
are supposed to
about
be the
these
guys who can evaluate talent.
They can't. Not to mention, they're in Hollywood. It's not their fault.
Okay.
They get fooled.
Yeah,
all the time.
I was talking with it, and the mindset. What people say is, I was talking to a friend of mine
Mhm.
who about the Lakers. He goes, oh well, Luka and Austin Reeves, they don't play defense and stuff, but he left out one player.
Yeah.
Yeah, LeBron.
He's
He's the
hasn't
biggest
played defense in years.
He won't play defense. The other two can't play defense. He won't.
It's an interesting stat here. The NBA's worst offense, we just mentioned, the aforementioned Indiana Pacers, of course, who have an offensive rating of 108.7. And putting that into context here, that's a full 12 points per 100 possessions worse than the league's best offense, which is the Denver Nuggets, at least on paper,
It's on paper.
who gave a nice drubbing to the Celtics
Sure.
the other night
Yeah.
in Denver. When the trio of Luka, Austin Reeves, and LeBron share the floor, which is very rare that all three of them are out there at the same time, the Lakers' offense is just 106.7, 2 points worse
Oh.
than the worst offense in the NBA in the Indiana Pacers.
Yes.
Yeah. To tell you the truth, early in the
Forward.
season
I
when
mean-
LeBron was out, they were
They
actually
actually
doing
played
better,
better. Yeah, they played better.
regardless of
Yeah,
whether
I
Luka
agree.
and Austin Reeves. But those two together seem to mesh much better than LeBron.
But that's the
when
reason why
was
he
on the
came
floor.
back so early, because he couldn't have that.
Now he wanted to disrupt that.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's the Beetlejuice there.
Can't forget
Yeah.
about me.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
such a shame. It's such a shame.
I mean, I said this. We talked about this last year, Kelly. So we already know this guy has not played defense in 5 years, and it shows. I mean, if you're just sitting there watching television, you can't help but notice he's out by the half court line while the rest of his team is playing defense.
Yep.
Yeah, because there's no player right now. The players are too younger and fast. No one he can defend these days now.
No, they blow right by him.
And even when the guy
That's
runs
the
up on him when he's underneath the basket, and he just stands there and watch the guy do a layup. He's rooted to the ground. Listen, LeBron, your days are over. You should have retired 5 years ago. Now you just look pathetic. I'm looking at you like you are so pathetic. And the fact that you won't get off the stage and let these guys play is beyond me. That shows you how pathetic you are mentally. You're just soft, and you're just the worst thing that could ever happen to the NBA.
Tell us how you really
Yeah,
feel.
There it is.
exactly right, Kelly.
Just
Exactly
saying.
right.
Into the Lakers, just get out. They need to get out of the mindset of trying to market this team to make money.
Now,
Build a team. you're the Lakers. You're gonna have a following.
You will.
And
Yeah.
they can always
Put
get
a
free
real
agents.
team on the court.
Yeah. You can always get.
Exactly.
If
They
they
can
really-
always get free agents.
If they really want to
know?
get a lot of publicity, right now they would just pay LeBron James to go home. Okay, the stands would be packed wherever the Lakers went, and you would have so much of a following that says that was the right decision that you can ride that groundswell into next year.
Indeed.
Remember, they were popular when Cedric Sabalos was leading.
Gosh, who would? Yeah,
Back-
I remember.
What are you talking back in the Eddie Jones days?
Yeah, Eddie Jones.
Yeah.
days.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody. So I'll sit back and I'll enjoy this game tomorrow, and we'll talk about it next week.
All right,
All right,
Kelly.
Kelly.
Thank you.
You have a good week.
All right, thanks, guys. You too.
Take care, Kelly.
Well, Celtics obviously had a nice West Coast road trip.
What is that,
They
two-
went 3-1. Yeah,
Yeah.
3-1. They went
3-1.
Golden State, the Lakers,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
111-89 over the
Yeah.
Lakers, and then Phoenix, the
Yeah.
Suns, and
Finally lost to Denver.
that got smacked around by the Nuggets.
Yeah.
Nuggets are, I think,
But that
yeah.
was a setup.
Yeah, yeah,
Back-to-back
back-to-back
games,
yeah.
and then they send you to altitude.
Yeah.
They tried.
They
hung
tried.
on
They
for-
got to
place
us.
to play.
But you know what? Let's do a commercial here.
Yeah, so we'll talk about the
And then we'll
Celtics
get
the
back to
final
that.
10 minutes here, but we got to say hello to some of our more sponsors
right.
here, huh? The Amazing Grace Sports Network. The number for your calls, too, if you'd like to sneak in a last minute call, 844-249-5247 here. Saying hello to our friends.
Say hello to our little friends.
The Early American Diner in Quincy. Here now as the Amazing Grace Sports Network rolls on right here on WEZE.
Where do you go for the best breakfast and the best lunch in the South Metro Boston Quincy area? You go to the Early American Diner located at 1054 Hancock Street in Quincy. From their strawberry shortcake French toast to their famous corned beef hash for breakfast to the lunch menu, which includes a variety of burgers and specialty sandwiches such as the Waldorf turkey made with roasted turkey, apple slices, and walnuts. So, whether you want to dine in their cozy restaurant, take out, or have it delivered, the Early American Diner in historic Quincy, Massachusetts is your go-to eatery to enjoy great food at great prices at your convenience.
Well, I want to thank all our great friends of the Early American Diner. Clay, have you been in there recently?
I have not since I've been back. I have
Oh,
not.
gosh, you got to get over there.
It's
Gotta
been
get
too.
over there.
There's a lot of the snow.
That's
it's a lot
true.
of a lot of excuses I'm giving.
It's tough,
Exactly.
tough to get out there. There's no question about it.
You're right. I gotta go.
Yeah. Well, hey, we want to say hello to our friends at Oyama Investments as well. I'm a real estate sponsor here at the Amazing Grace Sports Network. So if you're looking for a smart investment, searching for a place to call your home, we want to welcome you to Oyama Investments Limited. Where your dreams do find a foundation at Oyama Investments, more than just real estate, they are your trusted partner, helping you build a secure future, whether you're investing in a property that will grow with you or your home. They make the process easy, transparent, and also rewarding. Oyama Investments, they do specialize in prime properties that align perfect with your goals. Imagine yourself owning a piece of the future, whether it be a luxury apartment, a great commercial space, or a family home in a perfect neighborhood. And if you're new to the real estate investment world, well, don't worry, they're every step of the way, helping you make informed choices with confidence. Real estate prices rising. Never been a better time to invest. You're ready to see your dreams come to life. Visit their website, www.oyamainvestments.com. Give them a ring. Their phone number, 617-221-8881. Today, where your vision becomes reality. That is our good friends at Oyama Investments. Oyama's been with us from the very beginning.
From the very beginning. And always look for advertising opportunities. So if you want to advertise, just give us a call at the station and let us know. See if we can work out something for you.
Yes, exactly right. Well, I want to thank all our great sponsors here of the Amazing Grace Sports Network. Here we are in the final 10 minutes of our show. We talked a fair amount about the Celtics already, but gentlemen, any more thoughts about will he or won't he, that being Jason Tatum, return tomorrow evening? Of course, you're listening to us on Sunday tonight, 8 o'clock at the Garden against the Philadelphia 76ers.
I think he'll be back.
And before we talk about that, how about that game last night? I mean, they set all kinds of offensive records, right?
80.8 effective field goal percentage.
64%, 65% from the 3-point. What?
Yes.
65% from the 3-point line?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was that type of game.
One of the best performances in NBA history for that staff.
History.
Yeah.
80.8 effective field goal, the highest in the shot clock era. The highest in the shot.
clock era.
Wow.
That's right. They pulled off some Some amazing things.
148
last
with a
night.
148-111 win over the Brooklyn Nets on Friday.
But it was a nice quality win all the way through.
And by the way, too, that's coming back from a West Coast trip too.
Exactly.
And the Nets are a terrible team, but they've actually played the Celtics. They beat the Celtics once this year,
Yeah,
and
right.
the game after they went to double overtime.
They play it
So,
close all
yeah.
the time.
Yeah, they always play the Celtics hard. They always
Yeah.
play them hard. And yeah,
Anytime they play the Celtics, that's like their championship. That's what they.
yeah, of course.
They're trying to measure themselves against themselves.
Not a very good measuring
They
stick.
try. They try hard.
Yes, that's true.
They're way down the list there. Yeah, I think Jason's coming back. You know what? Come back tomorrow night, Mr. Tatum. And we'll probably beat the 76ers. I mean, you, not we. The team will probably beat the 76ers just from the juice and the emotion from the crowd. You'll
That's right.
probably beat them by at least 25 to 30 points because, listen, Jason, everyone in this town loves you, and we can't wait for you to come back and have a good time.
Sixers sitting at 33-26. They have won 3 games in a row. It's
Yeah.
been 41 weeks
Yeah.
since Jason Tatum went down with the Achilles injury. Of course, the quote we talked about last week after practicing with the G League, the Celtics G League team up in Maine. We'll give you the quote again, saying it doesn't mean that I'm coming back or I'm not. It's just following the plan. So just another step. I don't know percentage. I just know I feel a little bit better every day. I just try to focus on that.
That's all you can do.
Joe Mazzulla was asked as well and gave about a deadpan and was very coy on if Jason Tatum's coming back.
Wait, I wish we had that. You know what? We should have pulled that up.
No, maybe we
Where
can.
he's asked, is Jason Tatum practicing with the team? He says, we hear Jason Tatum's back. And Joe says, yes, he's been with the team. Is he practicing? And Joe just looked at him like he was staring at a bird that was in a feeder,
Exactly.
The guy's
right.
the greatest.
studying his movements.
The guy's the greatest.
He just that look right there, just
Yeah.
stared.
He gives a look and he makes them
Yeah.
ask themselves
But he did
questions.
as if he didn't hear the question or whatever. But it was a fantastic thing. Yeah.
You gotta love Joe.
I love him. Joe, you gotta love Joe.
He doesn't play into the reporters.
Well, not only that, he's a great coach. I mean, he's out there. Baylor Shireman started last night. Don't laugh.
No, Baylor Shireman started for the last few nights.
And he looked good.
Yes, he does.
He looked good. I mean, Baylor Shireman was out there setting picks, getting rebounds, making steals, doing everything,
everything you
and
needed to
making
do.
shots.
Exactly.
Making great. He has a great shot.
He's already lefty.
Yeah. So I mean, Nehemiah Cater almost looked like Kevin McHale out there. What was it, 2 days ago or 2 or 3 days ago? Yeah. He
But
did
like we said
a
earlier,
pivot foot move, and it was unbelievable. So
he had that
that's
baby hook. Yeah.
Nehemiah Cater.
Like I said, if you can give Miles Cater one low post move, he'd be all world. Just one.
Sam Hauser was taking the ball to the hoop. I mean, this is coaching. This is coaching, guys. There's no way to get around
I
it.
told
This is
you.
coaching.
I told you that coach there he's pretty amazing.
He is amazing.
Yeah.
He is amazing. Joe Mazzulla has done a great job. Many doubted him when he came in for Ime Udoka.
Pretty
you know,
much. It was
I did.
a thing of who? That was it. That was it. Is it really doubt? It was just a question.
But I think
Who?
Joe Mazzulla, he takes up yoga. He goes to yoga.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I heard he does jujitsu.
And he does
Karate.
jujitsu, so he's well stretched out, and he probably goes to a sauna. Probably goes to Dylan's sauna.
Probably.
Yeah, he listens to the show all the time. He goes to
Exactly.
Dylan's sauna. He takes his computers to Phil Comp.
Yeah.
Goes to Karma's yoga.
Watches the town a lot.
Yeah,
He's ingratiated
Mm.
himself here.
Tatum also coming out and saying he does not want to disrupt the great, progress, really, the Celtics so far, saying, quote, I'm just hyper aware of what's going on. I think it would just stem from that. Obviously, I know what I bring to the table, bring to the team, but I'm also aware these guys have been playing extremely well. Well, he's not wrong there on both counts, but I think he would contribute so great to
Yes,
this
he
team.
would.
There's no question
The
about
thing
it.
about Jason Tatum is he's always going to say the right thing.
Correct.
that
And,
too.
yeah,
That too.
Is the right thing to say. But like I said, I don't think you really have to worry about him messing anything up.
Yeah.
Because what we've seen in his career and
There we
since
go.
he's been here,
Yeah.
he pretty much, institutes himself where he needs to be.
Right.
And it's organic and it's natural when he does it.
Yeah.
I don't.
So
Look
we
forward
will
to any
we will
problems.
find out. The Celtics are required by NBA rules 5:00 tonight, Saturday,
To let us know.
to let us know
You're kidding me.
will he be on the injury report or will he not be?
Come on, Jace. Come on, Jace.
What do you think?
I think he'll be there tomorrow night.
All right.
I think he's going to be there. So, good luck with that. What is it? It's 9:50. So I think we have to do our Christian on the Rise. To
Yeah,
get
we
that
have
up
our
to it.
final five here.
and we do have that.
And by the way, too, just quickly, the Bruins, we talked about them. They're in Philadelphia. Well, speaking about Philadelphia, it's two Boston teams against the Philly teams
That's right.
this weekend. Bruins are in Philly. Puck drop at 3:00 this afternoon.
Philly's
against the
Philly's a
Flyers.
really good city. Driving through there, they've done a lot with that city. Good luck to them, but not against the Celtics. Okay,
Or Bruins.
Celtics or Bruins. They, we don't want you, repping yourselves when you play us. Okay, 949, 950. We do our Christian faith on the rise, and among the Americans flinging their gloves in the air in the celebration of Jack Hughes' goal on Sunday was Jacob Slavin of the Carolina Hurricanes and Tage Thompson of the Buffalo Sabres, who we saw both of them. Slavin was a +1 during his time on the ice Sunday, while Thompson accumulated a team-leading 4 shots on goal. Slavin, the defenseman, and Thompson, the center, were both crucial to Team USA's run. Slavin provided stout defense throughout the trek to the gold medal, while Thompson recorded goals against Latvia, Germany, and Slovenia. As a matter of fact, the only goal he didn't score was against the Canadians. In the rest of the games, he scored. Slavin and Thompson are also bonded by something much deeper than even the national allegiance. Both are professing believers in Jesus Christ and have appeared as guests on the Sports Spectrum podcast. Slavin has appeared multiple games speaking about how important Jesus is to him during the October 24th episode. And he said this: Jesus is everything. He is Lord of my life. If he's not Lord of everything, he's not Lord of anything at all. He is gracious. He's a gracious friend, and I live my life because of him and what he did for me. My purpose in life, my purpose in my marriage, my purpose of being a father is all to glorify him because he is worthy of the glory. Like Slavin, the 28-year-old Thompson also appeared in the NHL All-Star game and has grown up hearing things about God. About age 13, Jesus revealed to Thompson his need for a personal relationship with him. That's when my faith really started to turn, Thompson said. From just going through the motions and being a Christian to understanding the actual relationship of walking with Christ and the sacrifices that he made for all of us. I realized that God is in control and he has a plan for you, and his plan is far better than anything we can ever imagine. So I just kind of give it over to him and sit back and enjoy the role. Guys, these guys are just like us in the sense that we give our life over to God and let him direct us where we're going to go. And I want to say to all of the fans out there, these are some of the cues that you could take from athletes when they tell you these things work for them to make them successful. These things will work in your life to make you successful.
There's no doubt about it. And, we've talked about this at length during the Super Bowl with how players have responded to this and how faith has guided them. It's nice to see, too, that, hockey involved in this conversation, too. You often don't hear hockey and faith intertwined with one another. And as we continue to talk about in all major sports, how faith and how Jesus Christ and God have guided many of these players, it's something we're always going to talk about, but it's nice to see that there's other coverage out there of this as well.
And the good thing is a lot of these guys, when they're professing their faith, you have to understand they're young.
Right.
They're young guys.
Yeah,
They're
exactly.
young guys.
Exactly right. Yeah.
Usually it takes guys a little bit
They're
older.
Kevin's age.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
They're not like our age.
Some cases younger.
Yeah,
Some
usually
cases younger.
It takes you a little while to understand
Yeah.
where you fit in this whole thing. But these guys, they're young, they're in their 20s, and they're coming out. They're bold. Like I said, JC is on the rise.
Yeah, and Tatum and the rest of these guys, they're also part of that. Also, they try to profess it when they get a chance. But there's so much peace, and there's so much drive, and there's so much purpose, and there's so much courage that you receive when you walk in faith. You're not worried about a lot of the things that used to bother you when you were younger, trying to fit in. You have peace of not fitting in, and you have that strength and that courage to do the things you want to do.
And get to know yourself a little bit better.
Yeah.
Exactly right.
So these guys are leading the way, and we're following.
So true. So true. Well, the final minute and 10 here of the show. Want to thank everybody for being here as always. And congratulations again to the United States men's hockey team winning Olympic gold in Milan 2026. And
Milan.
it's been a great feeling.
Yeah.
So we have a nice applause for them
Congratulations.
here. Congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations. We'll even mix a little bravo in there. Bravo. You guys get a standing ovation. Great game and great camaraderie.
Absolutely. So we'll see everybody in March.
Indeed.
In March next weekend, we hope there'll be warmer weather, sunny skies, no more snow. And we only hope that.
That's a little
Yeah.
bit too soon. man.
Exactly right.
We're talking about Boston.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Boston.
Hope you all have a good weekend, everybody, but the folks who work at Restream. No, I'm kidding. We'll get that figured out. But anyway, Kevin Chisholm, Clay Morris, Craig Morris, another edition of the Amazing Grace Sports Network in the books here
Your birthday
on
next
WEZE.
Yeah.
And we're going to have a birthday party for Clay
That's
next
right,
weekend.
Next
Yeah.
Saturday.
Looking forward to that.
March 8th.
Look
Everybody
out.
Tune in for that.
Oh my gosh.
Birthday
More
classic.
secrets exposed.
Hopefully we can get
You
a
know
bunch
what?
of family members to call
Yeah.
in and give
See
us some
everybody.
stories.
No. Don't give any